All right, we're going to do a little video on the Harbor Freight Bauer 20-volt caulk gun. This video is being made in September 2025, and as of now, this is a new product. When I went to buy it, I checked online first. They said they had it in stock. I went to the store. It wasn't anywhere out on the floor, and I had asked around a couple people till I found someone who knew something, and was told that because the product's so new, they didn't even have them out yet, but they did have them in the back. They just come in, so they had to go fetch one. But they are out there. You can get them. The battery goes on in the usual way. Now, on this caulk gun, there's a few controls you need to know about. In the back here, this button releases, lets you move your plunger. Okay, and then this lock button here is a little different than what you may be used to. It doesn't lock it on, it locks it off. So if the lock is on like that, if it's off, you can operate it. When it's on, you can't operate it. So if you shove this in a toolbox or something and something hits this, you're not, spraying caulk all over the inside of your toolbox. So it's kind of like the opposite of an electric drill. Some of the drills and saws have the lock button to keep it on. This one keeps it off, just so you know that. Has the poker here for your tube seal. And then the plunger will run at different speeds. That's the fast speed. And then when you let it go, it's going to back off a little bit. Now, the speed control is right here down front. I have it on the fastest speed. If you click it down to the lowest speed, okay, what it's going to do, okay, initially it'll go at full speed. Now, it's so slow you really can't see it on camera, but that is creeping forward. And then, of course, you back off, and it does that. Now, when you hit it, it'll go full speed at first to make up for that gap you just made when you let the trigger go. So it'll catch up that gap, you'll see. And now it's crawling forward at the speed you set it to. And again, you can't really see it on camera, but that is moving. And then there's a total of 5 different settings you can put it on. Overall, it seems pretty solidly made. I've had good luck with Bauer stuff in the past. I've only had one that was a complete dud. So we're going to give this a try and see what it'll do. All right, our project with this Bauer 20-volt caulk gun today is to seal a few cracks on the driveway. I tried this out before I started the video. Few things I noticed almost immediately. One, this thing does not like to stand up on its battery. It's very unstable. So you're always going to have to lay it down. Not a big deal, but, it's nice to have options. The other thing that really caught me immediately is this caulk tube is real floppy around in here. If you turn this or anything, this is going to fall out. Now, the plunger isn't that far into it yet. So as the plunger goes down, you'll get a little more stability. But this thing kept falling out on me, so I threw a nylon tie on it to hold it in. That's Harbor Freight could have done a little something different with that. I'm not sure what, but the nylon tie is fine. And of course, when you're done, you just cut it off and that. The other thing I noticed is this thing, at least with this product and this crack sealer, is a little more liquid than caulk, but even on the lowest setting, it comes out a lot. Now, with actual caulk, it may be different, but I have it on the lowest setting, and it's still coming out quite a bit. So let's give it a shot and see how it works. See, it's slowing down, and here we go. Coming out. See, it's coming out kind of a lot for so slow it is. Slow at first, and then it really starts coming out. It'll do this crack. Now it backs off, and you can see it's still drooling out a little bit. as we finish. So that's what came out on the slowest setting, and that's kind of a lot. Let me smooth it out a little bit, like that. I'm not going to do a video of me sealing this entire driveway. What we'll do is work on it, and then I'll make a video at the end with you know, kind of as a wrap up. So we'll see you in a bit. I'm all done with my driveway sealing project. My overall first impression of this Harbor Freight Bauer 20-volt caulk gun is that it's awesome. It made this job so much easier. Doing that with a manual gun, it would have been a rough go. This made it a lot easier. A couple things I want to update you on from what I said earlier in the video when I said it won't stand up on its battery. Well, actually it will, and that is fairly stable. When you have a full tube in there, it will not, but just by itself, or if the tube is empty, you should be okay. So that's a clarification. The second clarification is I mentioned that these tubes don't like to stay in there. However, when I try this tube, see if we tighten it up, okay, tube is in there, and I can even turn it upside down and it won't fall out. On the other one, I mean, if I even turned it sideways a little, this thing was flopping out. So I don't know what to make of that. You know, I needed the nylon tie. It just wouldn't stay in there. Maybe it was something about that particular tube. I don't know. But we want to be fair and say, you know, correct the record. You're not going to, you know, have these problems all the time, every time. The other thing that you may want to know about this is if you're doing very fine work where you need to feel, you know, have that, you know, resistance in your hand as you lay the caulk down, this may not be the one you want to use because it only has the 5 speeds. If what you're doing doesn't work on any of them 5 speeds, then you're going to have to use the manual gun. But this should work for like 95% of whatever you're doing. So overall, I got to give it a 10 out of 10. There's really no flaws. If you as long as you understand what you're getting and what it'll do. We don't know what it'll do long term, but for right now, this does get a 10 out of 10. I do recommend you get yourself over to Harbor Freight, drop your $40 and buy one. If you don't need it right away, wait, because as you know, if you're a regular over there, you know that their stuff goes on sale all the time. Even at $40, it's a heck of a deal. You can hit them on one of them 20% off deals, and you can get an even better deal on it. So head on over to Harbor Freight, grab one. It's worth it. Hope you like this video. We'll see you on the next one.